Good morning. This is Jim with Firebird Precision. I'm going to show you a little bit about MKA 1919 magazines this morning. When the gun was originally imported, the only magazine available was a 5-round magazine. In 3-gun or in just recreational shooting, capacity is king. People are always wanting larger and larger magazine capacities. Our first solution to this was the Gen-1 magazine. This extension is billet aluminum, all machined. It coupled to the original 5-round magazine to produce a 10-round magazine. We did not like the geometry in the 5-round magazine a whole lot, so when the 2-round magazine became available, we went to the Gen-2 style magazine. This, again, billet aluminum machined, coupled with the 2-round magazine, produced a 10-round magazine. Very solid, very long life, very durable, but also very expensive. Well, today, with all the do-it-yourselfers out there and the people that still want larger and larger capacities, and with keeping cost in mind, I designed the Gen-3 coupler. The Gen-3 coupler is a polymer injected part with brass inserts that allows you to couple a 5-round MKA magazine to a segment of a Surefire Sega 12 magazine. To do that, you cut the Sega 12 magazine above the first rib. When you put this together, it will produce a 15-round capacity magazine. This is going to be sold in a kit that will come with the coupler and screws and some instructions. MKAs cycle very fast, and due to the fact that we have frictional forces in the geometry of the original magazine and then passing through this, we really needed a better spring, so we designed a very good high-energy, long-life spring for this magazine that works as well. The original Sega magazine spring is a little bit inadequate for a 15-round box. It's a little light, so we recommend that you use our spring when you do this. You can shorten a Sega segment down. This one would be 12 rounds. You can make an 8-round magazine out of it. But there's a couple of things that the end user has to do themselves. One of the things you have to address is a follower. The MKA's magazine is wider front to back than the Sega 12. Therefore, the follower will not freely pass through the transition and into the Sega 12 magazine body. So what we do is we put it in the milling machine and we mill about 45 thousandths off the front of the follower. That allows it the clearance it needs to run through the entire stack. Another issue that may or may not come up for you, there are a couple of different followers out there. This happens to be one of the newer ones, but not the newest. And the actuator tab here is made out of plastic, and it will retract entirely into the follower. Therefore, you can cut this follower, retain this hold open feature, and make it work. In the earlier followers that used a steel inserted actuator, that actuator will not retract all the way into the magazine. This will not work in this situation. I personally remove these. I believe that if you shoot your gun dry, you made a mistake to begin with. But if you play with them, you can make it work, but I recommend against it. This part, in comparison to the cost of previous generations of magazines, is very, very reasonable. You'll be able to buy this kit by itself or with a spring included. First deliveries on these, they're in production right now. We'll start shipping probably mid-January after we get back from SHOT Show. If you have any questions, call us. This is Jim at Firebird. Have a nice day.